So then we kind of went back to the drawing board and said, okay, well, how do we make this more useful as an armor material? And that's when we got this idea that we had to reinforce this with something that's a little bit stronger.
Engineers looked at treating Kevlar, a well-known high-strength, lightweight component found in military and law enforcement ballistic vests. Tests show that 4 layers of conventional Kevlar are easily penetrated with minimal force.
What I have here is 4 layers of the same fabric, but I've treated it with this fluid. And when I say I treated it, it's not like we take this and we spread it on the outside like icing or something like that. It's not an external coating. What we actually do is we dilute this with a solvent. We call it ethanol is a good example, just a very volatile alcohol. We'll dip the fabric in the solution, pull it out again, and then this stuff kind of soaks into all the little nooks and crannies between the fibers and between the yarns and the fabric. We put it in an oven, pull off the ethanol, and this gets left behind. But what is different about it is its response to threats, things like puncturing threats.
This same technology can be applied to gloves police and medical personnel wear to address threats from hypodermic needles. ARL designed one of its primary testing apparatus, the Stab Tower, to meet National Institute of Justice standards for stab resistance of personal body armor. In one of its most aggressive testing scenarios, ARL dropped a pointed weapon from 7.5 feet at an energy of 43 joules, which is about as much energy it takes for an average-sized person to lift 3 to 4 dozen apples straight up in the air.
The STF treatments that we're talking about, they sort of help against a knife threat, but that's not their primary benefit. The primary benefit is against this type of threat, the spike type threat. The reason NIJ is interested in spike protection is primarily for prison guards. Prison guards tend to be attacked by improvised stabbing weapons, and basically in a prison to improvise a knife with a long, sharp cutting edge is really hard to do. But to improvise a sharp, pointy implement like this, that can be a welding rod, it can be a bed spring, it can be a toothbrush, a spoon. So it's very easy to make a pointed weapon in a prison environment.
Pointed weapons impacting fabric treated with shear thickening fluid fail to penetrate the fabric and even bend under extreme force. Law enforcement and national security personnel are expected to be among the first adopters of uniforms treated with the liquid armor. For ARL Inside, I'm TJ Gibson.